Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be talking about the whole training process of Cathay Pacific cabin crew. So let's start the video without wasting any time. Let's start. So on the first day, and yes, one thing I would like to tell you, I'm talking about my roster, but everybody's roster is the same, but the days are shuffled. So I will be telling you about mine. So what happened was the date of traveling, I had boarded the flight and reached there. On the next day we were having Cathay city tour. So on that day they showed us the whole Cathay city, like they have the departmental store, they have bank, they showed us the classrooms, they made us talk to the managers and all. So these all happened on that day, and that day only, at the end of the day, we talked to all our batchmates and we fixed a date for the appointment of HKID, that is Hong Kong ID card. In Wanchai we took it. Okay, so next day we went to home, and then in few days we were told to go for drug test. We went there, we had this, and then in 1 or 2 days we had to go for some Chinese sessions. They just told us about few festivals of the Chinese culture and their behavior and all. And after 1 or 2 day we had the date of joining. So on that day, first day, it was induction orientation. There they just made us talk to the few instructors. They just took some of our documents and all. And the next day we had a day in which we have to complete all the e-learning modules, like not the all, there were few e-learning modules, 2 or 3. We had to complete it by the end of that day. And the next day it was Sunday, so all Sundays are off there. Saturdays are training, but Sunday is off. The next day it was onboarding day. In onboarding day also there was some documentation works and all. And then we had occupational health and safety and non-discrimination on the basis of disability in air travel. So in this day we were taught about how to assist any blind passenger, how to help the wheelchair passengers, how to give empathy to them, and how to pick up the drawers from the galley, how to put it back in the compartments. We were also taught about how to close the overhead bins, how to take out the luggage from the overhead compartments. They were showing the techniques so that we do not get injured or we don't get back pain and all. So I found it very fruitful and very nice. And then we had a day off, and then we got 3 days to complete our safety training e-modules. And so we have to complete that before going to the airport. Before boarding our flight we have to complete that, but it just took me 2.5 days. It didn't take me 3 or 4 days, it just took me 2.5 days, because I did it continuously from morning to evening. I had my breakfast, lunch, dinner, but in other times I was just doing that. I was not taking breaks, I was not going to meet my friends and all. I was just doing that, so that's why it took me only 2.5 days. And then we gotten off, and then we had to go to Dubai for our safety training to Abu Dhabi. We landed at Dubai, and that day we were supposed to go to Abu Dhabi in the night only. However, we got a surprise that we are getting a layover in Dubai, so we were there at night, and then in afternoon we went to Abu Dhabi, and there the training was for 2 weeks. So like when we reached Dubai we got 2 days more off, and then so that our body gets settled. And we were told not to drink the water or their food straight away. We should get our water bottles from the hotel. So what I did was I took the water cans from the hotel and drank those water bottles, those water cans only for 2 to 3 days, so that my health is good. And I took my ready to eats only. I ate that only there, and after 2 to 3 days only I touched the Abu Dhabi food, because there are many crew who get sick in Abu Dhabi because of the sudden change in the food and water. So guys, I would really suggest you to take care of that. So the training was like it was like Monday to Friday, and then Saturday Sunday off, and then Monday to Friday. So there were few people who were going for shopping and all after the training and on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, but I did not do like that because there was a lot to study. Yes, I know that we were going Abu Dhabi for once only, but I preferred to study at that time because that time it was more important. And then when we came back, we had 3 to 4 days off because it was Christmas and New Year time. Because of that we got off. Otherwise people don't get that much of off. They just get 1 or 2 days off. So we were lucky at that time. And then we had safety exams for 5 days. So how was it 5 days? First 2 days were practical. So first day it was CPR, AED and oxygen bottle practicals, and the next day it was the same day we also had emergency door opening exam and the slide drill, and we had to jump from this slide. And the next day we were having evacuation drill, wherein they told us to do all the routine procedures, like what we do by when we first come into the aircraft. We check the all the safety equipments, then we start the boarding, we brief the blind passengers, mother with infant passengers, and then we have to pass all the checks to our seniors, and then we have to sit for takeoff. So there were 4 or 5 scenarios in which in all there were total 6 people. So they all got their positions from the instructors only. One instructor became senior crew, one instructor became pilot, but other than that also we were 6 crew in each group, and we all had to perform all the duties. And the scenarios were like we are taking off, and suddenly we reject the takeoff. So what are your actions? We have to show all the actions, we have to shout all the commands and all wherever necessary. And then there was a scenario like we took off and then we ditched, like we landed on water. So what will be your actions? And there were few situations like we took off nicely, then there were situations in the cruise level like smoke coming from bulkhead, smoke coming from overhead bin, there's a fire in overhead bin, there's a lithium fire, there's lavatory fires, severe turbulence, moderate turbulence, light turbulence. There's a decompression, they say there, means oxygen mask drop. So what will be your actions in case of that? And then there were scenarios like we landed and we ditched, or we crash landed. So what are your actions, what are your commands? And after coming out of the aircraft, what are you doing? Before coming off the aircraft, what are the equipment, what are the safety equipments which you are carrying with yourself? So these things they are doing. For this I have already made a separate video about the whole safety training. You can go to my channel and check out that. So next day it was our off, and then again the people who were left, they had to do this evacuation drill. And then the next day we had first aid exam, that was MCQ. For that case you will have to read your manual. Don't read the whole manual, they will be giving you a content list according to which you will have to study. Please study hard. And the next day we were having DG and non-DG training exam. So DG means dangerous goods. Dangerous goods was only 10 questions, but it was damn tough. People have failed in that. And safety exam also, there were 40 questions MCQ. It was tough because it was tough. You will have to study that, guys, because if you don't study the manual, just go like that, no, you guys will have to manage. Please study. And then there was some Chinese culture workshop for which we had to go to Shenzhen in the morning, and we came at night. And then we had Chinese service language, where they taught us about Chinese language. They actually made us learn the Chinese language, Chinese words and all. And then we were having off, and then we had a CRM class, that is crew resource management, wherein crew were trained about how to manage conflicts in the flight. and there were some wheelchair transfer techniques also, like in business class and economy class, how do we transfer a wheelchair passenger from wheelchair to the seat or from seat to the wheelchair. And we were not done with our ditching drill, that is water drill, in Abu Dhabi, because it was going maintenance work in Abu Dhabi during our ditching drills, so we had to do it here. So the next day we did it there. And then there were a few e-learnings which we had to complete, so we were given that day, but that day also we had to go to Cathay house for some training there. And the next day from the next day we had to wear a uniform. So before that we already got the day of our date of our uniform collection, so we collected there already. And then we started wearing uniform, and service class started. So first day was cultivate service excellence induction day. The next day was also induction day 2, and then there was again a day when we had to complete some e-learnings, that was the deadline day. And then we had off, and then there was some introduction to in-flight service class. Then again there was a day of service excellence, day 1, day 2 and day 3. And then again it came Saturday, it was off, Sunday also off. And then service excellence day 4 was on Monday, and then it was the end of the training, that was our graduation day. And then from after 2 days, after like the graduation day was there, and then 2 days we got rest and for shifting flights and all, and then our flight started. That was all about the Cathay Pacific cabin crew training. If you want to know anything more, if you have more queries, then please comment on my YouTube channel on this video, or you may also DM me on my Instagram account. The name I have already displayed here. Thank you so much guys for watching my video. Please do like, share and subscribe if you really liked my videos. Thank you so much guys. Bye bye. See you in my next video.